Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you again, VST, for inviting us to be able to present in this event. My name is Angela Africa. I'm from HPE under the Compute Business Unit or the Server Business Unit. And today, I'm going to be talking to you all about a solution that is relevant in all the industries that our customers are in. And that solution being hybrid cloud and what HPE can offer to our customers for them to truly achieve what we know as true hybrid cloud, right? What our offerings are. And I just want to begin this by saying we welcome any questions. I'll be uh, leaving a short time at the end for questions. And please do ask us whatever is on your mind, share your feedback. Um, yep. So let's begin. Yeah. I first want to establish why hybrid cloud is a thing, right? Right now, we live in a world where apps and data live everywhere, right? There's this data explosion that's happening outside of primary data centers or traditional data centers that we know of. And it happens at what we call as the edge, which the previous speaker, si Sir Nico, also mentioned earlier, right? That's where around 75% of our data is now being created. And because of this, a lot of our customers are moving away from the traditional having one main and single data center, right, to many centers of data. And this results in deployments in the edge, in co-locations, in clouds, etc., etc. Whoops. So in the last decade, possibly the last 10 years or so, one of the key innovations that really fuels digital transformation for our customers has been, of course, the public cloud, right? And cloud has become the catalyst for businesses to quickly generate new experiences for their customers, diba? And this enables them to become more competitive. How? Well, developer teams in our customers are able to churn out applications faster because the underlying operations or the infrastructure, which is the cloud, can keep up. It can support that speed. And whatever apps can move to the cloud probably already have, right? But there's a need for the vast majority of applications. And according to IDC, this is around 70% of applications that are still being run by our customers. These are applications that run the enterprise, right? There's a need for these kinds of applications to still be outside of the cloud, preferably on premises. These are apps that including ERP, CRM applications, and they need to stay outside of the cloud for a bunch of different considerations, right? Some of them being security and compliance. Our customers
Mhm.
in government or in FSI, for example,
Yung
cannot
ko naman yung
freely. Sorry, is there a question? Okay, sorry. Um, as I was saying, some of our customers, including those in industries like FSI, financial services, mga banks, and government, public sector, they can't freely migrate everything to the public cloud, di ba? And this is consistent with the trends that analysts are seeing, that customers cannot fully rely on one type of deployment. Hindi naman pwedeng 100% is in the public cloud and also maybe not even 100% on premises. There's a need to adopt a hybrid cloud strategy and then deliver the same agility
nakarating na
and
sa'yo yung request namin for the
sorry,
item
I
tracer
think
order for regular.
someone's on unmuted.
Okay.
Yep.
Kasi end user yan. Oo.
Okay. See, sorry about that. There's a need to adopt a hybrid cloud strategy and deliver the same agility regardless of where you are on premises and on the public cloud. And this is where our offering, HPE Composable Infrastructure, or what some of you may know as HPE Synergy, comes in. So when we ask our customers, sir or ma'am, what experience do you need out of your infrastructure to be able to
Mhm.
deliver that hybrid cloud experience, right? Well, the first, yung infrastructure na yun, of course, has to be designed and built with cloud operations in mind. You have to transform operations on premises with the same speed and agility. And if ever, integrate your deployments on premises with the deployments of customers in the public cloud, right? You want that kind of integration para seamless. It's already abstracted to them where the infrastructure lies. Um, a few months ago, I was in a conversation with a customer, diba? And for a certain project, they were open to us. They were considering now deploying their applications on the public cloud. And of course, we were interested. We threw a question at them, sir. Why do you think that this application? Why do you believe that this application belongs not within your data center? You want to deploy it outside, right? And he says, well, it's a quick and easy transaction. Mabilis eh, simple. You have the agility of that kind of operation if he partners and deploys, let's say with a cloud service provider like AWS or Microsoft Azure, sabi niya mabilis eh. And I don't have to worry about maintaining it myself on premises. Well, everything he um, describes a sort of experience they get out of public cloud. We can all agree that that experience can also be delivered with on-premises infrastructure, right? Using a specialized set of tools, and that customer is very open to us pitching what we had in store for them. How will we be able to deliver that same experience on premises? So I'm kind of pitching the same thing to him that I am to you right now. So number one, the infrastructure that you choose has to be able to support and be designed for cloud in mind, right? Second, you want to give our customers the option to scale in the future and simplify how to scale, right? At the same time, optimizing the costs they're spending, right? We want to be able to deploy frictionlessly as they grow in the future. Because the public cloud can support that, we must also be able to support that also on premises. And lastly, again, on the public cloud, the infrastructure, the underlying infrastructure where your workloads are running, it's kind of abstracted, right? The customer really has no visibility on where deployments are assigned, right? In terms of infrastructure. We wanted to be able to provide our customers with a standardized platform para di na nila iisipin yung specialized hardware. Right? We wanted to provide them with a platform that can run anything in any environment, from bare metal to virtualized, even containerized, even hyper-converged on a single platform if they need to do so. So all of this can be offered with our composable infrastructure product. I'll go first by describing how we're able to deliver a full cloud experience to our customers. And it really focuses on three key elements. We transform operations with our software defined intelligence tool, which we call OneView. We, of course, have to provide the public cloud integration in case they want to be able to manage the deployments on premises and in the public cloud as one. And we want to also give them the flexibility to consume this as a service, pay for only what they use with our point next services offering, which we call HPE GreenLake. So if we look closely, paano ba, how do things work in the public cloud, right? Let's say you're a customer and you want to deploy a certain instance, right? You choose from a variety of instances of different sizes in a catalog with a cloud service provider. And as soon as you choose one, kunyari, VM of a medium size, for example, you know the costs that are associated with this VM per month. And it's as simple as clicking that instance and it will be provisioned and deployed for you to run an application on. Ganun kasimple. And that's the kind of experience that they want on premises sana. So this is the design, the critical design aspect that our engineers had in mind when developing a product such as HPE Synergy. So with Synergy, we wanted to replicate that sort of speed and agility with our own tools. Again, this is called OneView. With HPE OneView on the on-premises side of things, customers log in to the OneView management interface. They're able to deploy and configure um, the hardware characteristics on configuration of their servers. Like they want to specify how much storage to attach to a certain server, what the network settings are if this is virtualized, what VLANs are associated with that specific hardware equipment, the device, what BIOS settings, firmware, even to the level of deploying OS images to our infrastructure can be done in a repeatable manner. So it's done via that software-defined intelligence tool that we described earlier. OneView does this using templates. So it's something we call template-based provisioning, wherein you specify a template similar to a catalog if ikukumpara natin siya to a public cloud process, right? You define a template, what those characteristics are for a template, and you assign those templates to your servers. So if you have a template for general purpose VMware virtualized clusters, for example, na ganito yung kakabit na storage, ganito yung network settings niyan, you deploy it to a server. And the good thing about this is that it's a repeatable process. If you want to reconfigure a server with different settings, a different OS image even, you can do so by assigning a different template to it and rebooting it. When it boots up, it has different characteristics assigned to that server, different pools of storage even, and OS na naka-deploy sa kanya. That's the main characteristic that separates composable infrastructure from any of the legacy infrastructure in the industry today. So what is the HPE OneView package? What experience end-to-end is it able to deliver for our customers? Number one is the process that I described earlier using template-based provisioning. We automate infrastructure provisioning in that way by assigning templates to devices, right, and managing them via templates. We also have proactive health monitoring. Some of you who are familiar with HPE's portfolio of both servers and storage know that we have this sorry, this technology which we call HPE InfoSight. It's essentially a predictive analytics tool, right, that we run on premises and monitors your hardware using its telemetry data. It analyzes that. And before hardware failures are even experienced by our customers, it already notifies the customer of proactive, let's say, parts replacement or service that is required at the infrastructure level. Right? We do template-driven firmware updates. So this is more of the day-to-day management that happens after provisioning your hardware and running the application already. Let's say there's a need for patching. What our customers need to do is simplified because they only have to update the firmware baselines at the template, and then wherever that template is applied to, kung anumang servers naka-apply yung template na yon, one is to many yung relationship. It will update the firmware the firmware levels on each of those servers. Right? We do have a reliable and existing integrations with other management tools. OneView uh, has integrations right now with Microsoft and VMware's management interfaces like vCenter. Right, there are plugins that are available for HPE OneView to integrate with those, so that at VMware, so that you have a full view at the VM level and at the physical infrastructure level. So this is really end-to-end experience that we have with HPE OneView that we offer to our customers. Now, second is how do we integrate with public cloud, right? And that's where, again, our partnership with ISVs such as VMware comes in, right? HPE Synergy is the only platform that brings composability features on a solution like VMware Cloud Foundation. So VMware Cloud Foundation is VMware's suite of an offering that contains the entire suite of products, including vSphere, vSAN, and NSX. And we are able to run that for a private cloud use case on premises. And if our customers want to be able to integrate with VMware in the public cloud, if regardless of whether it's on AWS or Azure or GCP, etc., etc. We can do so via the VCF solution on top of HPE Synergy. Lastly, to enable yung true cloud experience that our customers get by subscribing to a cloud service provider, we do offer them consumption services on premises with HPE GreenLake. So with GreenLake, what we do is we work hand in hand with the customer, sizing their infrastructure requirement for the day one, right? The go live deployment. And then we also work with them to size up a projection in 3 or 5 years. How do we see your workloads and your applications growing? And then what does that translate to in terms of growth of infrastructure resource required? And on a monthly basis, we only bill them on their utilization of the infrastructure that HPE delivers to them on premises. So it's completely like a true cloud offering. If you combine all those three elements, the platform itself, HPE Synergy, plus maybe VMware Cloud Foundation so to integrate and to build a private cloud for our customers, plus HPE GreenLake, that is the true how HPE is able to achieve true hybrid cloud for our customers. Next is our customers want to be able to scale infrastructure seamlessly, di ba? They will invest in a platform. Tapos sasabihin natin, ganito yung limits lang ng platform na yan pala. Beyond this, pag your applications grow, hindi na natin kakayanin. It's kind of a waste of their investment if they won't be able to scale right the resources seamlessly. So with HP Synergy, we can build using modular components, start only with what they need, and then grow to how they need it in the future. Right? We can start with a small deployment, and then grow to rack scale deployments in the future. And some of our customers actually do this, globally, and optimize TCO as they scale. Right? Um, this is the first time I think that some of you may be encountering this platform. So HPE Synergy is actually our next generation enclosure-based server offering, right? That we propose, we pitch to our customers. If you're familiar with the Blade System C7000, that was a hit with a lot of customers in the Philippines, especially that product from HPE actually reached its end of life status last year. And HPE Synergy is the transitional next generation replacement product for the C7000. Right? So any of you who were familiar with that will notice na there are similar characteristics, right? It comes in an enclosure based form factor with half height and full height blades. The fabric is consolidated at the rear end of the enclosure. These fabric you can choose depending on the connectivity that your applications require. There's a separate fabric that will be assigned for Ethernet connectivity, for data transfer, and for storage connectivity, for example, and for local storage. In terms of storage, you can choose from HPE storage port and any of HPE storage portfolio, from Nimble to 3PAR to Primera to Aletra, which is our new offering. And you can also choose to deploy storage locally within the frame through our direct attached storage module, right? Um, and this is a combination of all flash and hybrid that our customers can choose from. But what really, the element that really separates HPE Synergy from our traditional blades is our management appliance called the Composer, where all of the management features and interface, including C1 view, are embedded and come at no additional cost, right? So this is one of the key features that really separates this from our previous C7000 infrastructure. In terms of scaling to multiple racks of this HPE Synergy offering, I just wanted to share with you all that Synergy actually employs what we call a master satellite architecture, right? Where multiple frames can actually be sort of daisy chained together using the fabric interconnect modules that we have. So a group of 5 frames, which actually spans two rack cabinets, 42U rack cabinets. A group of 5 frames can be consolidated in terms of network uplinks to your top of rack infrastructure. Meaning, not all of the frames will need to connect to your top of rack switches, right? The master frames that come with HPE Synergy will consolidate the uplinks for a maximum of 5 frames because these master frames actually are capable of supporting uplinks up to 600 gig per second per interconnect. So that's a total of 1200 gig per second, right? They run on 100 gig per second ports. So there won't be any contention or lack of bandwidth or lack of performance for that matter when it comes to the master satellite architecture that our infrastructure uses. One of the things that I wanted to share with you is in terms of security that this one actually isn't specific to HPE Synergy. It applies to the rest of our infrastructure, server infrastructure portfolio. Our Silicon Root of Trust technology has actually been designated by Marsh, which is a cyber catalyst investment firm. They study different technology solutions that reduce cyber risk. And when they find technology that is worth this award, the Cyber Catalyst Award, they give it to the vendor and recommend it to different customers, saying that this product that this vendor has truly helps reduce cyber risk for your organization. So our Silicon Root of Trust technology embedded in our servers, enabling ultimate firmware protection end-to-end for our infrastructure, has been given that Cyber Catalyst designation by Marsh, right? And all the hundreds of products that applied to this award, less than 50 were given this Cyber Catalyst. And our HPE Silicon Root of Trust that comes with all of our servers is one of those, right? For ultimate firmware protection tool. Okay. Lastly, my third point as to why HPE Synergy is perfect for hybrid cloud is our customers get to deploy their workloads, their applications on a standardized platform. Imagine one infra for multiple environments. Kasi if you converse with your customers, sakit ng ulo rin nila yan eh, managing different specialized infrastructure, maybe for their traditional virtualized clusters, and then they have some for big data and analytics, they have some for databases, etc. Meron sila for VDI, iba-iba yung minamanage nila, possibly from different vendors. They can consolidate their servers and their applications on top of our platform, which is built to fit multiple use cases. So see, HPE Synergy, we really pitch it to our customers. For those looking at, mass server consolidation, nag-iisip sila, ang dami naming servers of different brands, patapos na rin naman yung MA, yung support agreement, they're looking at one to really standardize on. Synergy is perfect for any application that they run on. So we do have support for any of these applications documented here. And by support, I mean we do publish hand in hand with these ISVs. Kunyari, if it's with SAP or Oracle, we do some tests and certify our hardware configurations to run their application on our platform. So we can support database workloads like SAP HANA, Oracle, SQL, data analytics like SAS, VDI, whether it comes in the flavor of VMware or Citrix, etc., etc. And then if in the future, your customers look to deploy because they're pursuing a DevOps kind of strategy within their organization, of course, that will require containerization, diba? We can also support these solutions on top of our platform. So imagine having different clusters within a standardized platform. Isa na lang yung manage nila na type of infrastructure. And customers do this, right? So let me just fast forward a little here. They deploy different kinds of applications on a rack scale deployment of HPE Synergy, VDI man yan, or analytics or database, etc., etc. So our infrastructure offering really enables key customer use cases. I'm sure one of your customers will fall into one of these key use cases, right? Customer one might be saying and looking at a data center modernization effort. We have a lot of these uh, as an install base of existing kunyari, C7000 blade system customers that are really happy with the blades, but they find that to adopt their company's strategies towards digital transformation, the features that are on the blades are not enough, and they're looking for a next generation product replacement to support things like hybrid cloud, for example. HPE Synergy is perfect for that use case. Again, platform consolidation. If your customer is a customer of multiple different server brands and they want to consolidate on a single future-proofed infrastructure, and that's important, an important term, future-proofed, right? Meaning it's able to support cloud native workloads in the future. Synergy is perfect for that. They want to enable infrastructure as a service. Meron silang IT services arm that, has this initiative to broker IT resources. Parang silang merong cloud service provider in-house, right? And they want, because of the different needs of the business units, one platform to support different applications. Synergy is perfect for that. And lastly, hybrid cloud, which I already mentioned earlier. And for each of these use cases, HPE Synergy already has a customer in the Philippines, and our install base is really growing, right? We see customers in different industries that have already adopted this Synergy composable infrastructure. More so because it was the first industry released composable infrastructure offering there is. Just to share with you some of our notable customers globally, right? Because a lot of our customers in the Philippines are under NDA, right? I see Continental, the tire manufacturer, is actually a company that employs HPE Synergy because of their satisfaction with the previous blade system. Naghanap sila ng replacement product, and they wanted to be able to enable more collaboration and increase agility in their operations, making the one view tool perfect for them. They employed a refresh towards HPE Synergy from their existing blade system. Universidad Americana is a university abroad, right, that employs HPE Synergy mostly for VDI offerings, especially now in the pandemic. They need to enable remote access to students and staff, faculty, to applications that normally would be within their campuses, right? And they deployed VDI on top of HPE Synergy. Lastly is Mizuho Bank, which is a leading bank in Japan that looked at a virtual private cloud within their organization, consolidating 3,000 VMs and over 120 applications onto our HPE Synergy platform. So just some of the many things that our customers can do with the platform because of its flexibility right now. Okay, so that is actually my last slide. Thank you very much for listening and giving us the opportunity to present HPE Synergy to you all.